Are you blessed but still exhausted? Like, do you feel like you're leading, serving, building, helping, and showing up for everyone else, but secretly losing you in the process? Hi there, I'm Dr. Tiffany Marie, and I help powerful women in leadership rebuild self trust, regulate those emotions, and lose weight naturally without abandoning themselves in the process. Listen, it is not about laziness. This isn't about like lack of, discipline and you got to be consistent. This is about emotional exhaustion. It's about that cycle that keeps women over 40 stuck in burnout, stuck in emotional overeating, the belly weight, the low energy, the resentment, the poor sleep, and broken promises to themselves. If you're tired of saying, you know what? I'm tired of starting over on Monday. I'll just do this all again next week. If you're tired of eating at night, tired of feeling guilty, tired of carrying everyone else, listen, and you're ready to become the woman who follows through, this video is going to help you. I promise. It's going to give you a grounded way forward, sis. In this video, listen, we're talking about it. We're talking about why being blessed doesn't mean that you're not burnt out and how emotional exhaustion it literally affects weight loss and consistency. Why women in leadership over 40 often feel guilty admitting that they're tired. Why emotional eating is even often connected to responsibility, not necessarily to hunger. How do you rebuild self-trust? Like, is that a thing? Through daily small practices, and why faith, boundaries, food, rest, and leadership, how they all connect, and how to stop starting over on Monday. Subscribe, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more faith-based weight loss, hormonal balance, emotional eating, women in leadership, and Christian personal growth. Now let's get into it. Let me just say this. A lot of women in leadership think that saying what I'm going to say out loud is going to be an issue. But listen, you could be blessed and you could still be burnt out. Like that's a thing. Like you can love God. I just want to help you locate you and still be exhausted. You can have the business, you can have the family, the title, the influence, the marriage, the ministry, the respect, and you could still feel like you're quietly disappearing and shrinking back behind everything that you're responsible for. And here's the part that no one wants to talk about. Some women are not tired because like they're failing. They're tired because they're carrying success in a body that doesn't even have room because it hasn't even had room or time to recover. They're leading and running on fumes, right? Serving on fumes. Building your business, I said it, on fumes. And you're praying. Listen, we going there. That's what we do. Can we talk? Can we talk? Praying on fumes as well, trying to lose weight on fumes, trying to be patient on fumes, trying to be attractive and available and get your money up. And, you want to age gracefully. You're trying to be consistent, loving, spiritual, productive, emotional, all of it on fumes. And then when they can't hold it all together, they start blaming themselves. They say things like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I stay consistent? Why do I keep eating at night? Why do I keep starting over? God, what is wrong with me? Maybe I should get the GLP-1. I said it. Why am I so tired? Why do I get so irritated? Why can't I just get myself together? But listen, but what if the issue isn't that it's not that you can't get yourself together? What if the issue is that the life you are living keeps pulling you apart? Today, we're talking about the emotional exhaustion epidemic in women and leadership, getting your money up. Listen, if you're a woman over 40, a high achieving woman, a woman of faith, a wife, a mother, an entrepreneur, a leader, a woman who is tired of starting over with her body and her life, this video is for you. Before we go any further, make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell because listen, on this channel, we talk about it, we get into it. It's a faith-based channel about weight loss, emotional eating, hormone imbalance, leadership, and becoming the woman who follows through without shame, guilt, or other extreme restarts. Now, let's get into it. The woman who looks fine, right? She's functioning. There's a woman watching this video. She looks like she's got it all together. She looks fine. right? She looks like, she gets up in the morning, she gets up to run her business, she handles her affairs, she answers emails, she's taking care of all the peoples, right? All the peoples that she loves. She keeps the calendar moving. She's got her calendar, she's got her time slot, she's got her time blocks. She shows up for the meeting, she encourages other people, she posts all the content, she prays, all of it, right? She works hard. You know who this woman is. She can lead like a boss. She makes sure that everybody else has what they need. But inside, y'all, she's tired. And not the kind of tired that I'm talking about you need to take a nap, right? I'm not talking about the tired where you just need to go get a massage. She's tired like down to the bone, like in her bones. She's tired of being needed. She's tired of being the one who always knows what to do. Tired of being the emotional container for everybody else who wants to dump, right? Tired of feeling like if she stops holding everything together, then everything around her is going to fall apart. Listen, so she doesn't stop. She keeps on performing, she keeps on functioning because functioning is not the same as being fine. Functioning means that you could still perform while your body is screaming and asking for help. Functioning means that you could still get things done while your joy is just low. Like you are exhausted. Functioning means people keep praising you, right? Your strength. Oh my gosh, she's so strong. While in private, it feels like you're about to crash out. Functioning means you can lead in a room and then sit in your car afterwards and cry and just feel empty. That is where many women in leadership are living. And because here's the thing, they're still producing, but nobody knows how tired they really are. And this is why I want you to stop measuring your wellness, right? By how much you can still get done in a day, right? The hustle culture, hurry up. Just because you could keep going doesn't mean that you're all right. Just because you didn't collapse in the parking lot or on the way to the car, trip down your steps, doesn't mean that the pace that you're moving and vibing to is healthy. Just because people admire your strength doesn't mean that the strength isn't costing you something. You need to ask better questions, not how much can I carry today? How much I can, what can I get done today? But what is all of what I'm carrying? What is that costing me? Is it costing me my patience? Is it costing me my sleep? Is it costing me my body? Is it costing me my marriage? We're talking about it. Can we talk? Is it costing you your joy? Is it costing you your quiet time with God? Yes, I said it. Is it costing you your ability to follow through on the promises that you said? And yes, I'm talking about the promises with other people and the promises with you. Are you following through with losing weight? Are you following through with meal prepping? Because if the blessing is producing burnout, we need to bring wisdom to the blessing, right? That doesn't mean that you throw your life away. But what it does mean is that you stop disappearing when things don't work out, right? Burnout doesn't always look like it's dramatized, like, I'm burning out. Oh, woe is me. Doesn't always look like that. Sometimes it looks like eating when you're not hungry. Sometimes it looks like sitting in your car more longer than necessary because you are not ready to go inside yet. Sometimes it looks like snapping out at your husband or your kids because you have been holding on to too much all day long. Listen, we talk about it on this channel. So listen, I'm so sorry if I'm offending you, but we going here. Listen, sometimes it looks like not answering text messages because more of that conversation is just too much. Sometimes it looks like scrolling for an hour because your mind just wants to be somewhere else. Not y'all, right? Talking about me. Sometimes it looks like ordering food because cooking feels like it's just too much. One more responsibility. Listen, I'm getting into your closet today because stuff got to change. Sometimes it looks like buying another planner because you think the problem is organization. Sometimes it looks like missing workouts because your body is just, I'm done. I'm spent. Sometimes it looks like saying, I'll start over again on Monday. Every single week, though. They, not y'all, they think that they are lazy, not you. They think that they're inconsistent. They think they lack willpower. They think they're not spiritual enough. I'm not holy enough. They think they're not disciplined enough. But many times, what they're calling a character issue is actually the result of living with no strategy. You can't keep pouring, you can't keep pouring, right, without being poured back into. You can't keep skipping meals, woman of faith, and expect your your sugar levels to be leveled. You can't keep sleeping like 3 hours and expect a whole bunch of energy the next day. Listen, I'm talking to you today. You can't keep saying yes to everybody and then expect to be peaceful because you don't want to say nothing. You can't keep ignoring your body and expect it to feel good the next day. You can't keep carrying silent resentment and expect to feel connected in your relationships. Listen, burnout is not just about being busy. It's about being overdrawn. You are spent, like that overdrawn bank account sometimes, emotionally overdrawn, physically overdrawn, spiritually overdrawn, mentally overdrawn. And listen, when you are overdrawn, your body starts to look for quick ways to relieve itself. And so that's where the snacking comes in, right? This is where the scrolling on social media, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, that's where scrolling comes in. That is where the isolation comes in. That is where the overspending comes in. That is where the procrastination comes in. Some of y'all you understood right then where procrastination comes in. It's not because you're a bad person. It's because your body is looking for a break, sis. Your body is like, time out. Like, I'm done. But quick relief is not the same as restoration. Relief gives you a moment. It just gives you a minute. Restoration gives you your life back. All jokes aside. Jesus paid an awesome price for you to have health and wellness like you want to believe it, baby. 3 John 1 and 2 says, Beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper and you be in good health, even as your soul is prosper. Listen, now let's talk about this weight loss issue, because this is where so many women feel shame. As a health and weight loss coach, I see it all. You may be saying, Tiffany, Dr. Tiffany, I know what to do, but I just, I know I need more protein. I know I need to walk. I know I need to work out. I know I need to stop eating late. I know I need to drink more water. I know I need to plan my meals. But knowing is not the same as having the capacity to follow through. It's just not. And this is the part that really matters. Like, you really want to know? This is it. Most high achieving women, they don't lack information. They're just drowning in information. They've saved the workouts. They've hit save on those recipes that you see on Instagram and YouTube. You save the hormone tips. Like, you saved it. You probably got like 25 of them. You've saved the supplement videos. Matter of fact, you've got your whole Amazon cart full of supplements. You saved the meal plans. You saved the devotionals, right? You've saved everything. But saving information is not the same as living the transformation, because transformation requires a life that can hold the new behavior. If your life is chaotic, your food is likely chaotic. If your sleep is poor, your cravings are going to be heckified loud. And y'all think you just inject yourself and that'll shut the cravings down. Listen, we going there. If your emotions are heavy, your appetite is probably even harder to manage. All jokes aside. If your stress is high, your belly may feel it harder than anything else. Listen, if you're always last, your health plan will always be the first thing to go all day. That is why the start Monday cycle is so common. Monday, she starts strong. Tuesday, still committed. Wednesday, pressure is building. Thursday, I don't know, I'm a little tired. Friday, the girls are calling. She needs some relief. Saturday, oh, I'm definitely going out. Sunday, she feels guilty. Monday, starts all over again. But here's the thing, the real issue isn't the Monday. The real issue is that her life keeps producing the same pressure, the same results, and she keeps using the same coping patterns and mechanisms every time. That's why I teach women to stop asking what diet I should do, what pills I should take, what injections should I get, should I go up on my dose? And start asking this: what keeps pulling me out of my plan, off the plan that God has already given me? I said it. What time of day do I tend to lose out on myself? Like, where am I ignoring myself? What emotions make me want to overeat? Like, think about it. Have your own back for a change. What responsibility makes me feel like I'm trapped, like I'm suffocated? What am I saying yes to that keeps making me say no to myself? And what do I need prepared before I start getting tired and lazy? Those questions, listen, let me tell you, change everything, because your body transformation is not just about the food, but it's about the self-governance that Jesus paid for you to have. The Bible says, whom the Son sets free is free indeed. It's all about becoming the woman who tells the truth sooner, the woman who prepares before she gets desperate and graspy and snacky and, playing out the window, the woman who eats like her life matters, the woman who stops making her body pay the price, listen, for everybody else's emergencies. The kids gonna need stuff. Life will life. That's going to happen. Listen, now let's talk about faith. Let's get into it. We are women of faith, women in leadership, women of faith, because this deeply matters. As a matter of fact, this is the fundamental. Some women feel guilty admitting that they're tired because they think exhaustion means that they're not trusting God. I know I just nailed it. But sometimes exhaustion is not a lack of faith, y'all. Sometimes exhaustion is just the result of never asking God what was actually yours in the first place. Every request of you to do something, answer something, that's not your assignment, sis. Every time or every need is not your responsibility. Every open door is not what you're supposed to do. Not for you to run through it every single time. Did you ask? Every opportunity isn't always for this season. Book of Ecclesiastes says there's a season and a time under heaven for every man. Women of faith must learn to pause before we start getting into action. Because listen, before you say yes, just pause. Before you rescue everybody, just pause. Before you start committing to stuff, pause. Before you volunteer, pause. Before you emotionally eat, pause. Before you scroll to escape, pause and ask God, God, does this belong to me? Is this the wise thing to do? James 1:5 says, if any man lack wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives it to him freely. God will tell you what to do. Am I doing this from love, God, or am I doing it because I'm scared? Just be honest. Am I trying to obey you, or am I trying to avoid disappointing the peoples? Am I serving, or am I disappearing and shrinking from my life? God, ask him. That's powerful, because many women are not just tired from work. They're tired from trying to be everything to everybody. And God never called you to be everybody's source. There's only one source, and he is the source. You are a steward over what God has placed in your hands. That means you have to steward this body and this mind and this soul that God has given you. You're stewarding your time. You're stewarding your peace. You're stewarding your yes. You're stewarding your food. You're stewarding your rest. You're stewarding your relationships. You're stewarding your God-given assignment. You can't steward well while constantly running on empty. Not going to happen. So it's not selfish. It's not just a good idea to practice self-care. It's not just a good idea. It's a God idea. This is wisdom. So how do you stop starting over? which is the purpose of this video. You stop starting over, but stop making dramatic promises to you, to everyone else, your mama, Pookie and them, everybody, and start keeping the small ones to you first. That's where self-trust is rebuilt. Yes, I did say Pookie and them. I did. Not in the huge announcements like, oh my gosh, ring the alarm. No, not in the like, this is the new me type speech, not in extreme plans. Self-trust is rebuilt in those little quiet times where you just follow through doing what you say you are going to do. When you drink the water that you said you would drink. If you say you're going to drink a gallon a day, do it. If you want to do 80, do it. When you eat the meal you said you would eat, that's a vibe. When you take the walk, even if it's only for 10 minutes because you said you would. When you go to bed instead of scrolling because you said you would. When you pause before you say yes because you said you would. When you tell the truth instead of pretending. When you say, I can't do it today. Yes. When you stop using food to comfort what needs to be addressed. When you stop abandoning yourself just to make everybody else comfortable. Start with these 5 questions every morning. 1, what does my body need today? 2, what meal can I prepare before I get too tired? 3, what is one promise I can keep to myself today? 4, where do I need to pause before I say yes? 5, what do I need to give to God instead of carrying alone today? Listen, that's simple, but it's not. It's not a shallow thing. Because if you ask those questions daily, you're going to begin to see where you keep shrinking and disappearing out of your own life. And once you begin to see that, I'm telling you, all jokes aside, you can start to interrupt the patterns. This is how you become the woman who follows through. I didn't say the woman who becomes perfect. I didn't say the woman who's the best. I didn't say the woman who's all this. She's just present. She's not extreme. She's just becoming consistent with her own life and what God put in her hands. She's not ashamed. She's just becoming aware of who God called her to be and the purpose that God has on her life, not starting over every Monday. She's rebuilding every day. Isn't that beautiful? So how do you implement this new identity? Listen, we're talking about it. Jesus paid for it at Calvary. It's the great exchange. The goal is not to lose weight. The goal is to just become a woman who could be trusted in her own care. What? A woman who doesn't disappear when life gets hard. The woman who doesn't punish her own body just because the scale didn't go down or your Ozempic dose didn't do the trick or you getting sick or it's the woman who doesn't need a crisis to pay attention to her. It's the woman who rests before she crashes out. It's the woman who prays before she performs. And that's another thing. I feel it. Some of y'all stop reading your Bible. Get back into the Word of God. It's the only thing that will sustain your life. A woman who leads without losing her life. A woman who can be blessed and well at the same time. It's rich and healthy. A woman who follows through. That's the woman who we're building this day. And I want you to know, she's not far away. She is built through small, consistent, faithful decisions. Guess what? Watch this. One meal at a time, one pause at a time, one walk at a time, one honest conversation at a time, one sleep routine at a time, one boundary at a time, one prayer at a time, one promise at a time. This isn't about becoming someone else. He who is in Christ is already a new creature. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things are already become new. This is about returning to the woman God created you to be before exhaustion convinced you that survival was your only option. Lies. If this video spoke to you, I want you to do three things. First, make sure you subscribe and you hit that notification bell. Listen, I am creating so much more content for high achieving women of faith who are tired of starting over with their weight, with their health, with their faith, with their life. And second, I need you to comment, I'm done starting over. I want to know who this message is reaching. And third, I need you to share this with a woman in leadership who looks strong, but listen, she's struggling silently. Because sometimes one honest conversation can give a woman the language for what she's been carrying for years. And sis, I'm talking to you. You're not lazy. You're not weak. You're not ungrateful. You're not behind. You are blessed. And you may be burnt out, but you don't have to stay that way. It's a beautiful thing. You can rebuild at any time. You can restore your body at any time. You can regain your energy at any time. You can deepen your faith walk with God at any time. You can stop starting over at any time. And you can become the woman who follows through. I love you. I'll see you in the next video. I'm rooting for you. Let's go. We stopping, starting over. I'll see you next time.